Alright, we're back for what may be the final episode, and I do have some updates. First of all, I went through my items. I can't believe I didn't notice this when I first grabbed them, but the white robe and the black robe are not just garbage throwaway nothing. They're actually useful. Okay, so the white robe, not only do these two robes match the diamond armlet, or I think it was actually the ruby armlet that Grok and Yela were both wearing because they couldn't wear the diamond armlet. But not only does it match that, but the white robe casts Invisira, which increases the evasion of the entire party. So I'm going to start casting this at the start of every hard boss fight, because that's going to make it way better in terms of avoiding damage and keeping up with the output of the boss. Huge. Can't believe I didn't notice this. That's going to be great. And the black robe. Now this one casts Blizzara, which is a level 4 spell. We've been casting the lightning spell this whole time, Thundara, which is only a level 3 spell. So now not only does this guy have better armor, it did take away 1% evasion, I think, but that's fine because we've got the white robe to buff everyone. But not only did it match the defense of before, but now we're going to get a better spell. And I did learn, I went through the map, I checked everything, and I learned I missed a couple chests, which some people might have been infuriated by because I saw them and then I forgot and walked right past them. But I did miss a couple. I went back and collected them. Nothing good was in them. It was just like some gil or whatever. But I did do that. And I remembered that we needed to come here and make the sword because we have adamantite. Finally, we can make this awesome sword, whatever it is. I assume it's going to be like a holy sword or something. Is this adamantite? Hell yeah, it is, brother. Hoots! I'll use this to make you the finest sword you'll ever wield. What is that, Excalibur? Done. In all my years, I've never crafted a finer sword. Go on, take her. She's yours. It looks like Excalibur, I'm not gonna lie. It is 100% Excalibur. Let's go. Let's go! Obtain Excalibur, Sword of Myth. Okay. That's probably gonna be a huge buff to block, I would guess. That is a phenomenal buff to block. And he's the only one that can use it, it looks like. Yep. Okay, so I don't have any reserves about giving it to him then. That's excellent. And then you can use the Sunblade. Yeah, she'll use the Sunblade. And everyone else can be the same. Okay, now we're really strong. The only thing I could possibly want at this point is 2 more Protect Cloaks, because that would just be really nice. But I don't think it's necessary. And I have no idea how to get them, because we've only ever gotten one, and we didn't get it from a random enemy drop or anything. We got it from killing... Or rather, we got it from opening a chest, I mean. So I don't think there's any way for me to actually get that. At least not that I know of currently. So let's just take one more quick nap. And then we head to what I can only assume is the final dungeon. Or at least the final boss, or at least one of the final bosses. Because I don't know, maybe there's just a final boss after the final boss or something. I don't know. But the time has finally come. We're going back to the first dungeon we ever went into. It's not really a dungeon, but the first area where we fought a boss. The Chaos Shrine. And now we can finally do something here, I assume. I don't see anything, but maybe it's inside the central room? Obviously the enemies here are gonna be, you know, kind of pathetic. But as you can see, I'm using the black robe. 700 damage is absolutely insane, by the way. But as you can see, I'm using the black robe now instead. I'm assuming this is gonna take me somewhere? Yup, it looks like it is. We've got all 4 glowing crystals. You focus the light of the 4 shining crystals, fire, earth, water, and wind, on the black crystal. The flow of time surges and space begins to warp. Just one step forward and you will travel back 2,000 years in time. I had no idea this game was going to randomly involve time travel, but I vibe with it. Chaos Shrine, first floor. And I just wanted to see if I could exit. I didn't think it would actually teleport me out right away, but that's fine. We've made it to the final dungeon. I'm gonna go inside and then we can look at the map, see what's going on here. This is a pretty big floor. We've got multiple options. We can go down and we can go up, it looks like. Right is up, left is down. Maybe we can't go left yet. Oh, we can't go up. The top section is blocked off for now. Is the right section? Okay, so we can go either up on the right or down on the left. I think I'm gonna go up first. Actually, I'm gonna go down first because we're already on the first floor. Where could it possibly take us down? So I'm quite curious about that. I don't know, maybe it'll just kick us out of the dungeon? Or maybe there's like floor 0, maybe there's like a basement or something? I'm really not sure, but I'm definitely going to go down first because I'm assuming going up is going to lead us to the boss. Because we're on floor 1 obviously, but I'm really not sure. We'll have to see. It looks like, oh, we're actually in the same spot. We're just here. Like, we can literally walk outside, which is super interesting. Well, I mean, we can't walk outside, but it looks the same outside. You know what I mean, you know what I mean. We're quite strong at this point. We're level 45 each, almost. I think almost, but I'm not sure. Interesting. What floor did it say we were on? Did it say coral floor? Or did I just misread chaos? I did. Chaos Shrine, basement 1. Okay. Looks like we can go up, which I assume takes us back to where we were. And this room seems to be empty, but I'm assuming that the thing at the top would teleport us to the right. So let's find out. Let's go up there and see where it takes us. The enemies here are quite strong, but we're doing crazy amounts of damage, especially with the Excalibur. The Excalibur is incredibly powerful. I guess we have not unlocked this yet. Maybe we need to go up first or something? I'm really not sure, but we definitely can't do it yet, whatever the case is. So I suppose we just go back up for now and come back later. We'll have to travel up floors first, I guess. And I just hit that guy for 666 damage. What are the odds? That's crazy. Even Risa is doing crazy amounts of damage. And obviously she does not have the Excalibur. Oh god, I'm yawning again. Why does this keep happening? But yeah, going down seems to result in pretty much nothing. Which is fine. We'll probably have to go back there at some point. And we are still healing faster than we're dying. The enemies aren't strong enough to be destroying us. Almost 1,000 damage is insane. But yeah, we're still healing. We don't really have to worry about consumables yet, which is nice. The longer we can avoid having to waste all of our consumables, the better. Because I speculate once we get into the latter half of this dungeon, things are going to get really difficult. But who knows? Looks like this is just a little segue floor. I guess I can look around on the map before we actually continue. But it doesn't look like there's much on the second floor besides... Are there any doors? There's no doors. Oh, there is a door up there. There's a door on each one, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I missed a door in the last area because I'm just blind. I don't know. But for the most part, it's just 4 doors and a staircase back down. Which will probably actually, now that I think about it, take us behind those walls back on the first floor. Which could be useful to go up in the top right. Doesn't seem like there's much here besides the door in the middle, so we'll have to go straight down and see what's in there. Maybe that'll activate something on that basement 1 floor. Maybe it'll be nothing. Who knows? We're back again with the Black Knights, and they really don't seem to be doing that much damage as long as they attack block. When they attack Risa, it's still quite a bit, but block is tanking their hits like they're nothing, which is really nice. I'm still nervous about Yela getting hit because he's still so low HP, but he hasn't gotten hit in quite a long time, to be honest, which is, I don't know if we're just getting lucky or what, but I'm glad. I think he's got like 12.5% odds of getting hit or something like that, but if we can avoid that for as long as possible, I'll just be happy. Especially, I mean, honestly, right now, it's fine. I'm not that worried about it. But once we start getting to the real heavy hitters, the boss, that's when I really don't want Yela to get hit, obviously. And again, we're back up to pretty much max HP. We're just casting heal faster than they can damage us, especially when they split their attacks between all the characters like that. There's just no way they're ever going to be able to knock anyone low enough to not get healed. A Death Eye, interesting. He's probably going to die immediately. He actually did not take that much damage from Excalibur, surprisingly. He tanked that like a chief. Dry Ether. And Elixir. I really have not used that many items this game, by the way. I used a lot of the like blind resist stuff. Or not blind, the poison resist stuff. And I had to use it even after I got the poison resist spell. But that was way back, like, during Elfheim and, like, the Swamp Dungeon. Ever since then, I haven't really encountered many poisoning things. I have no idea what's happening. Staircase, let's go. Interesting, interesting. Second floor of the Chaos Shrine. Oh, we made it out. We made it outside of that little segue room. So now all we have left is the 4 doors and then the top left that we need to go to. I guess I'll go to this one first and then we'll go counterclockwise actually. And that should probably be the fastest route, or at least a pretty fast route. Blizzara is definitely suboptimal against ice enemies, but somehow it actually did enough to kill them. I guess the wolves just didn't have much HP. It actually turns out there's nothing in any of these 4 rooms. So I guess we can just go straight for the exit? I'm honestly quite surprised by that, because I know that there's like... Actually, I guess there's only like 13 chests in this dungeon, and we've already collected like 2 from the bottom floor. So I guess quite a few empty rooms is probably not going to be that out of the ordinary, considering that this dungeon is probably going to be like the biggest dungeon we've encountered yet. If I had to guess, I'm going to assume that it's going to be the biggest dungeon we've encountered yet. Fortunately, we did get the heal off before the lightning spell, because I'm pretty confident that the lightning spell is just going to kill everything here, considering Risa already hit the Ice Giga, and it did already knock out everything. I'm just glad we got the heal off. The more heal spells we can get off before we destroy all the enemies, the better. Because theoretically, and this is very unlikely to happen, I will say, but theoretically, oh god, I'm just gonna auto-attack, I'm sure it'll work out. But theoretically, if we were to have Grok just being really, really slow for some reason, and they just never get their heal off, and we manage to kill the enemies in the first turn, like, 10 times in a row, it is a very non-zero chance that someone just ends up dying because they just cumulatively take damage and never get a chance to heal. But the odds of that actually happening are so low, because it does feel kind of random who gets their attacks out and who doesn't. So the odds of Grok not getting their attack out like 10 times in a row is like pretty much 0, if we're being honest. Now I will say, he does need to get a heal out twice for Risa to get up to max HP, I think, at this point, because she's down like 90-ish. But we should be fine, especially with enemies like Black Flan showing up that are so tanky. We should definitely be able to grind out some heals on this fight, as long as they don't hit Risa, Croc, and Yela too much, because if they do, they're going to end up actually doing damage that we're going to not be able to heal fast enough, which, of course, they don't hit block a single time, now that I've brought that up, but we are still healing fast. It's not too much of an issue, and now they're hitting us for lower numbers, which is very nice. And we should be able to heal up in whatever the next fight is, hopefully. I gotta say, by the way... Oh, it looks like we're back on this floor, and now we can go all the way around. But I gotta say, this dungeon... It makes no sense. We're going down in the top left. Oh god. This is terrifying. I guess I'll fight the stone one and then cast... I mean, I want to save magic, so I guess I'll cast... Oh, you know what? I'll cast Scourge. This is perfect for them. And then the other two can just do their thing. Hopefully it kills... Yeah, it killed a lot of them. That's really good. And now we don't really have to worry about that so much. But anyways, like I was saying, I'll go down in the top left, and I'll appear in the bottom left. Or I'll go down in the bottom left, and I'll appear in the bottom left, but I'll be to the right of where I actually went down. Or I'll go up in the top right. Wait, no, where was I? I'll go up in the bottom right. Wait, no. I went down in the top left, I think, and I showed up in the top right. That's what it was. It's just so random. And I'm not complaining, I don't really care that much, but it's so weird that they don't, like, corroborate the staircases to where you actually show up. And I wonder if they're doing that just to make you, like, confused? Or maybe they're just doing it randomly and they just weren't really thinking about it that much. I really don't know, but it's quite interesting how they do that. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this, but in between the episodes, not in between these two episodes, but the last two episodes, I actually got hit by, like, an earthquake attack by a worm, and it insta-killed Block, which I had no idea that there were more insta-killing attacks from more insta-killing enemies, but apparently those big earthworm guys do have an earthquake attack that just insta-kills you if they get lucky. And even though I have the insta-kill resistant ring, it didn't matter. So I guess being resistant to insta-kill doesn't mean that you're completely immune to it. It just means that the odds that you get hit by it are lower. Now, we are seeing a yellow ball. Oh, we're gonna have to fight every single boss as we go, aren't we? That's definitely gonna be hard. I guess I'll cast Protect on Block. And you, I'm actually gonna have her cast White Robe. And you will cast... What is it? What am I talking about? What am I doing? What's happening? What do you cast? Haste? No, I don't want you to cast Haste. I guess we cast White Robe, and she's the one that has the spell that I'm trying to use, so I guess you'll just keep using Black Robe for now. But we did get Protect off on Block, and we got Invisira, so we should be less likely to get hit, which is definitely very good. We could... I think he's a stronger version than usual. I just cast... I'm auto-attacking again like a goober, but it's fine, it's fine. He did stun Block, which is unfortunate. I don't think Invisira stacks, so that was quite a waste. And I'm actually not going to cast Protect anymore. I'm just going to attack, because I don't want to waste our stuff, knowing that this dungeon is probably going to be really long. What do I'm like lost in the sauce right now, unironically. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna cast spells like normal. Just use Heal Staff. And you can just use Blizzara. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We just need defense on block. Everyone else should be fine. Even on block, I feel like we don't even need defense. Especially with us having Invisira on us. I feel like we're not going to be taking as much damage, especially for like multi-hits and stuff, that I think we can really just not worry about defense so much until we get to like the last few bosses. But like the Lich King really is not gonna cause us that much problems, I don't think. I think we can just kind of spam attack him and not worry about it. Because we're just so much stronger than we were when we originally fought the Lich. And I'm realizing it's spelled Lick here too. I thought that it was spelled L-I-T-C-H for Lich, but maybe I just don't know how to spell the word Lich. Which, I mean, I didn't really consider the possibility, but it's a very real chance that I just don't know how to spell Lich. Either way, we're on Basement 2 now, which seems to have a lot of stuff running through it. And I don't think we can really get to any of it. We can go up, or we can go, actually we can get to all of it, so I guess we should explore this whole floor, starting with up, because it's the furthest away from anything we need. And let's just look around, see if there's anything interesting. There's literally nothing in here, so we can just leave that. As for down here, there's a chest, and some stone statue things, and then there's a chest way off to the right, which I'm assuming probably has something good. There's a chest way off down here. So we are going to be doing a lot of running around on this floor, but I think we should be fine. We're still at max HP. Surprisingly, fighting the boss actually made us more healthy than we were before, because he's so old that we were able to heal faster than he could deal damage. Now, it was a bit scary that he casted the kill spell, and obviously that can one-hit kill us, but clearly it didn't work. I'm realizing I am going to have to go around because they blocked our path, and that's why we're supposed to go up. But anyways, I'm assuming that his odds of actually one-hit killing us are a lot lower now, just because my characters are such a high level. I still don't quite understand what causes or prevents you from dying to spells like that. But I'm assuming it has something to do with our levels. And since we're so much higher level now, his insta-kill spell is probably just never going to work on us, or at least very rarely work on us. And you know what? Now that I think about it, our kill spell might actually have pretty good odds of success now on these enemies. I'm still probably not going to use it, because I'd rather just use AoE spells like Blizzara, which I just apparently learned is really good against fire enemies, which we saw there. But, I mean, I probably should have known that. I feel like the confusing thing about that is that ice and fire are such a coin toss on whether it'll be super effective or not effective at all. Because on one hand, it's like, you know, ice, it'll cool off the fire. But, like, on the other hand, ice is just gonna get melted by the fire. So, like, who really wins in the end? It basically just is up to the discretion of the game makers, honestly. Because there's not really any definitive answer. Like with lightning, everybody knows you put lightning in water, the fish are all gonna die. It just makes sense. Lightning travels through water, it conducts. You don't want to be in water when lightning hits it. But ice and fire, wind, I mean, all of this stuff is just like kind of confusing. Now, holy is different. Holy is obviously good against undead, no questions asked. This is a lot of dragons, by the way, that makes me quite scared. And they do blaze. That does quite a bit of damage, especially to Risa. But we should be killing Oh wow, we killed all of them with that ice magic. Yeah, ice is definitely super strong with against fire. I knew it would be strong based on that last fight, but I didn't realize it would be that powerful. That's actually kind of insane. Fortunately, we're fighting against some lava worms, so we should be able to get a heal off, and we did, of course. And even though they are green, which usually means enemies heal in this game, they are called lava worms, which I'm assuming that's the reason why Blizzard is doing so much damage to them. And you know what? I'm also realizing, because we're fighting so many fire enemies on this floor, we're probably going to end up fighting the volcano boss at the end of this. Which, you know, makes sense. But if you're not thinking about it, obviously, you're not going to notice. But we're probably going to end up going through, like, each element for each floor and fighting each boss that we've gone through. I'm trying to remember what the third boss is. Oh, right, the water boss. So I'm wondering, maybe for the water floor, instead of casting Blizzara all the time, we just switch to the lightning. But I'm kind of conflicted about it, to be honest. Because... oh god, Reese is gonna die. Oh god. Anyways, I'm conflicted about it because on one hand, obviously lightning is gonna be good against the water enemies. But on the other hand, I'm still not sure if it's gonna be better than the level 4 spell. Because obviously the lightning spell we have is only level 3. But we did just get another Protect Cloak. I'm unsure. I think I'm actually going to put it on Risa. Because Risa's taking so much damage right now. She really needs it. It's unfortunate that we don't have one for Grok. Hopefully we can get one for him before we hit the end of the dungeon. But Risa just really needs more defense. She is getting absolutely blasted right now. Hopefully we can get a lot of spells off, healing spells, without too many dragons, because they're obviously the ones blasting Risa for so much damage. So we just gotta keep our fingers crossed, no more dragons, get a lot of heals. If there are dragons, please don't let them use the Fire Breath attack, because that's the one that's really doing damage to Risa. It's doing over 100 every single time, and it's an AoE hit, so it always hits her. It's just devastating. So we are getting quite lucky. We've gotten like 3 or 4 battles in a row without any dragons, and we've already got Risa up to like 65-ish% HP, which is really good. But it's not good enough, and we're gonna have to go fight the boss now. So hopefully we can get even more healing off. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's tough. I was really hoping that we would get to heal before the blizzard spell, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You know what, actually? Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to defend with block. We're gonna use the healing... oh, you know what? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the healing helm with block. We're gonna use the healing helm with Risa. Obviously healing staff with Grok. And then black robe to just kill everything in one hit. And this should help us heal a lot more. Actually, Risa's quite good at healing. I know when block doesn't heal, he does like 30 compared to the average, like almost 60-ish. But Risa only was down like 15-ish compared to Grok. So if we ever need more healing, that's honestly a pretty good thing to keep in mind. Let's see how much HP we've all got. Maybe we do one more fight of the same thing and just hope we get good healing off. Hopefully Yela attacks last. Let's go! Okay, everyone's capped out now. This is the perfect time to fight the boss. Uh-oh. I should have turned off auto fight. Hopefully we, okay, good. We do get Blizzara before he attacks. I just assumed that he would die in one hit, but he did not. Now, hopefully... or rather, not hopefully, we need to make sure to not use auto attack until we switch everything. We are going to use protect. Honestly, we don't even need protect. We don't need protect. We just need to cast some spells everyone's max HP for now. So I'm gonna use... what am I gonna use? Oh, right. I need to use White Robe. And then we can use Black Robe, and hopefully that does quite a bit of damage. It is a fire enemy, so I'm not too worried. Because we should be doing a lot of ice damage to her, and we do a decent chunk of damage. I forgot to turn off auto, so we are going to waste a turn with Invisira again with Garok. But he didn't seem to do much damage, so it's probably not going to be that big of an issue. And then we just go back to Healing Staff. And we should be able to just turn on auto and destroy this boss. Because again, just like the last boss, it's pretty old. So I'm not that worried about it. Maybe a little worried, but really not that much. I think we'll be fine. And at the end of the day, I think we're going to be fine. But there's really not much for me to do. He's doing a little bit of damage to block. But like, this fight just isn't that complicated, and I'm still trying to save my protect spells for the end. He did just do a huge AoE spell, which is definitely not good. But again, as long as we survive... Ooh, he used it twice in a row. That's definitely not looking good for Risa. But Risa should be able to tank it one more time, and he does go down. And we can still stay on this floor. Before we go to the next floor and start fighting stronger enemies, I'm just going to stay here and try and farm some more HP. Because there's no point in going to the next floor when we're in a bad state, right? There's genuinely no benefit to it when we could just stay here and heal for free. I'm actually going to defend with him even and just go until we max HP. Because there's no way one Fire Gigas is going to be able to kill us when 3 of us are casting HP over and over and over and over and over again. Especially considering Grok alone is powerful enough to get everyone to max HP pretty much. Or rather, not get everyone to max HP, but counteract whatever the Fire Gigas does. For instance, he did 57, we heal 58. So we really don't have to worry about that. I am going to turn off auto, because now we've gotten to the point where everyone's max HP and we're just spamming healing spells for no reason. He tried to flee, he's scared now that we're all capped out. I guess you can use Healing Staff again, and then you can just use Black Robe, I guess. And now that we've done that, we've changed their auto attack formation, so we can continue that next time, which is nice. Let's go into here and see, take a look at the floor. What is that? That looks like nothing. We've got nothing pretty much everywhere. And then an exit on the bottom right. Let's see. How do we get there? We go through this room, over to the right. Nope, right is a red herring. Over to the left, which is also a red herring. How do we get in there? Maybe we need to go into that thing and it'll teleport us? Oh wait, no, it's not a red herring. There's a door on the bottom. And then we go up, and then we go down, and then we go right. Okay. I'm going to blitz through this floor, rather. And we do have deep eyes, which could be problematic. I am actually going to switch my magic to the gauntlet, because it's probably going to do more damage. We can test though. I am nervous about the deep eyes because I'm assuming that they can cast stunning spells, which I guess doesn't really matter as long as Grok is still up and running, or rather as long as Yela is still up and running. We should be able to pretty much one-shot everything. That does around 250 to everything, which is good to remember. Now let's do the same thing. Actually, let's defend with these guys. Cast healing with you, and then you are going to cast Black Robe, and we're going to see who does more damage. Because it's very possible that the Black Robe does more just because it's level 4, even though it doesn't have type advantage. Honestly, guys, I don't even remember what our last attack did. I'm going to have to use the electric one more time, but it was 200 damage this time. with the ice, 200 with ice. And now we gotta see what it is with electric. 200 with ice. Gotta remember, don't forget again. But 200 with ice, let's see. 250 with thunder. Okay, so type advantage definitely does surpass the difference between only one level of spell. If it were, you know, a few levels, or even maybe just 2, it would probably be better to cast whatever's higher level. But if it's just 1 level, the type advantage definitely works in our advantage. And we do gotta take them off defense, because obviously they're not doing anything useful on defense. Fortunately, they can both seem to one-hit kill most enemies, especially Block was able to one-hit kill that big enemy now that he's got that better sword. Whereas I remember before we were fighting that same enemy and we were having to hit it multiple times to kill it. Which obviously is great now that we don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to defend. I'm just going to defend with everyone. I don't want to have to deal with this, and I think the gauntlets can one-hit everything. And now we just need to pray that we don't get poisoned. Just pray we don't get poisoned. And we didn't get poisoned. Hopefully this kills everything, and it does, which is absolutely amazing. I'm really glad we didn't get poisoned, because that was, what, 9 poisonous enemies, which is crazy. I'm not even gonna walk around. I don't even need to farm HP. I think we'll just be fine. Do we have... Okay, I will say, I think we have 2 ways of casting lightning magic. I don't remember what the second one was. It's gauntlets and something else. Defender, light axe, healing helm, elixir, razor, mage's staff, saber, wizard. Huh. I wonder if I accidentally sold it. I remember there was something we could use, but now I have no idea what it was. You know what I'm curious about? Can the Excalibur cast magic, actually? Effective against all types of enemies. Okay, it does not cast magic, but it is incredibly broken, which I guess we already knew. Huh. Yeah, I guess we don't have the other type of magic anymore, so I guess we'll just do regular physical attack. And then we'll use healing staff. Maybe it's her item? Oh, Thor's hammer! That's what it was. Can I change equipment? Is this going to take a turn? Oh, it doesn't take a turn. So I can swap that, and then I can have him use the lightning staff, or the Thor's hammer rather, and then I can have you use your own healing staff. Wait, what? What's happening? Sorry about the ding, my phone's ringing, but that's fine. Staff that casts heal when used. Oh, here we go, now I can use it. I still had it in the swap items thing. And then I can use gauntlets, and that should do a lot of damage, because we're doing 2 lightning strikes, and we should still be healing, which is obviously great. Only 86 actually, because he's not a big magic attack dealer, so let's see what happens if I do the regular attack. Maybe, yes, maybe it'll be stronger to just do the physical attack. He did do an AoE attack that did quite a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it does seem like it's better to just do the regular attack. So I guess we will just do the regular attack, and then for you, we will go into your items and swap the healing staff with Thor's hammer. And then we can have you continue to use the healing staff. Hopefully, we just need to keep our fingers crossed and hope that he doesn't use Fundara, because it's doing quite a lot of damage to Risa. Fortunately, we are still healing a lot. And as long as we can kill him... Oh god, I need to turn off auto attack. We are in a very precarious situation here with Yela. Okay, first of all, I noticed that Risa did do like 8 damage. So the lightning is going to be more consistent. So we are going to be switching this off again. Just for consistency's sake. And having her use Thor's hammer. And as for you, we're actually going to have her use Hilaga. Because Yela needs it. Or maybe we should use Kiraja on Yela, actually. Let's use Hilara. I think 1 Hilara should be plenty. And then we can continue using the gauntlets. I forgot about the thunder. Of course, he's going to keep hitting Yela with the thunder. But we should be fine now. Maybe we cast 1 more Hilara just to be on the safe side. Because I really, really don't want Hilara to die. Or sorry, Yela to die. I'm getting all my words mixed around. And now we can switch back to the regular healing. We just need to keep praying that he doesn't use Thundara. And he actually died. So I was on the safe side. I didn't want Yela to survive no matter what. But we didn't even need to. Because he died that same turn. Which is great for us. And I guess we can just grind some HP here before we go, to be honest. If we could get someone to show up. Here we go. And of course, it's a million enemies. But let's just cast some heals. We can use the healing helm. And the healing helm. And the... Oh, you should switch back your weapon to Thor's hammer. And then you can use healing staff. And then you can use gauntlets, I guess, because I don't want to be fighting these enemies. I'd rather switch to a different group of enemies because there's just too many of them. They're going to probably poison me and do more damage than we can fend off. Or, I mean, not more damage than we can heal, but it's going to be too close, I feel. Especially if they end up doing poison. God, why are there so many poisonous enemies in the water areas? And they're all focusing Yela, what the hell? Stop bullying Yela. We are pretty close to being capped out. Yela's the only one that's not there yet. So I guess we just encounter 1 more enemy. And then we go to the next floor, and honestly just stop there for now. I think there's going to be enough for a full episode. Next episode. And you guys are just going to have to wait. And I'm probably going to wait too. I think I'm probably going to go eat some food and stuff and come back later, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, but we'll see. For now, this has been a really fun dungeon. I've really liked it. We've got 2 more bosses, the one we beat in the last episode, and the final boss, presumably. And, I guess we'll fight them next time. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.